Hey sister friends. So today we're gonna be talking about ghosts and spirits and stuff like that because if you guys didn't see my TikTok or my Instagram, my neighbor actually passed away 2 days ago, and I happened to be one of the first people to see her outside on her porch dead. So yeah, it was pretty traumatizing. I've never seen like a dead person in real life. I've seen it in movies and stuff or at a funeral, pero nunca había visto a alguien así sin like their soul. Like it was just a body, a shell with nothing in it, no life, no. It was just freaking traumatizing. Growing up, we lived I'm looking for my freaking primer. We lived in South Central LA on 48th and Hoover in LA. And when we moved in, we had a really big backyard. And you know, we were little kids. So, you know, we would go explore the backyard and stuff, and you know, we're just kids playing around. So all the way in the back, we never went all the way in the back because my dad siempre sembraba like vegetables. He had his own little like farm in the backyard. So we never went back there because he would yell at us that we would step on stuff. But you know, as kids, we don't freaking listen. We ended up going back there, me, and my sister, and we saw there was like a bunch of bushes like on the fence, and like there was something like it was like a little like it looked like a cave made out of bushes. So we ended up just going in there, and we saw like ropa, like a whole outfit laid out, like a shirt, pants, shoes, like laid out, right? And there was like stuff. But it wasn't like if someone just changed and threw it there. It was like if they laid it down, like to do like some witchcraft shit, right? So, pues ya sabes, nosotros de chiquillos, we're over here playing around and shit and touching this thing, and you know, we were like freaked out because we're like, oh my god, where did this come from or whatever. And we told my mom, and she was just kind of like, ay, no anden tocando cosas allá, like it's just probably somebody that like snuck in and like didn't have nowhere to live, you know, before we moved in, so don't touch it. And we're like, okay, cool. So we left it alone, right? And every time at night, my room would face like the backyard, and we never had cortinas, we just had like the blinds, right? And I always hated like at night leaving the cortinas open because like I felt like that fucking spirit or whatever was out there was looking into our room. So siempre las cerraba. I would always close them. And shit you not, like I was always freaked out. Like siempre me daba mucho miedo. And you know, I was young. I was a little girl. So anyway, so this is where like this transitions into the story that I'm about to tell you guys. So that's kind of like the background. Since we touched that, like I felt like yo solita like I guess I jinxed myself, I want to say. Like I don't know, maybe like I shouldn't have touched that, or maybe it was just me as a kid like just psyching myself out, you know. So anyway, so I was like freaking out because like I would always have this nightmare, right? Desde chiquilla, like since that happened. So my dream was pretty much like I was being dragged into a closet by this man, but I could never see the man's face. I just knew it was a man, like a man figure, or male figure, sorry. And I could never like run away. Like it was always like he was holding my legs and like trying to drag me in. And I've always had this dream, even till this day. Like I'm 26 and I still have this dream. So I continued having this dream, and it just got kind of like it was like a normal thing, so I just started ignoring it. Like whenever I would dream about this, like I would just wake up and pray and then I would go back to sleep. So una vez, oh my god. At this time, me and my sister, we shared rooms, right? Because we were young, we were little. We were like maybe in 10, 11. So we shared rooms and we slept in the same bed. We were like 8 maybe. And one night, well, my mom had bought us a lamp at IKEA and it was a moon shaped, right? Y la había puesto where my TV was. So we would sleep with it. It was a nightlight. And at this time, it was like 3 a.m. and something woke me up and I looked up, like I sat up, right? And I shit you not, guys, there was a fucking male figure, like right there, like where the lamp was, like his head was blocking half of the lamp. And I was like this. And I looked over to my sister and she was dead asleep, like ni cuenta se dio. And I was like, oh my fucking god, like, am I really awake by myself right now? And I sure fucking was. I was the only one awake to see this. And ¿cómo se llama? I mean, I was shook, like I was little, and I literally didn't know what to do. So I just scooted over next to my sister, and then I went under the blankets. And it was the summer in LA. It was so hot. I still remember how hot it was under the blankets. And you're Mexican, you know, we have them big ass cobijas with the lions and the flowers and shit. I still remember like hiding under, and like I was just like, oh my god, praying to where I passed out. And I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? I was shook to the core. Like, so this is the first time I had seen it, like, you know, up close and personal. And I was like, oh my god, like, what the fuck? Like, maybe I'm dreaming, I'm tripping, like, you know, I'm trying to like convince myself that I didn't see what I saw. But I mean, I don't know if I was dreaming, I don't know if it was real life, but that was weird. It came from the apartment in front where my neighbor died. Oh, that's so scary. Anyway, so as the years go by, I always have this dream, and I just don't tell anybody because, like, I just thought I was crazy. Like, I'm just maybe imagining this. Like, no, it's just my imagination. Like, I need to stop tripping. Like, stop watching scary movies, you know, whatever. And I just ignored it, and I always have this dream, right? Oh, fuck, I fucked up. Anyway, fuck it. I ain't gonna see nobody. I don't care. So, yeah. So, you know, the years go by, and my mom moves, and she buys a house in the valley, and then, you know, I ended up leaving and stuff, and fast forward time to now. So, I've never had sleep paralysis. I've always heard about it. I've always, you know, had people tell me like that it's happened to them, but I've never myself experienced it. So I didn't really know what that was about. But I believe people. I believe that there's a lot of different entities. Like, I believe that if there's good, there's bad out there in this world. So I don't knock anyone's stories. I don't say that they're capping or anything. Like, I believe, you know. And so I had went to visit my mom in LA, and I was in my old room. Y estaba durmiendo. It was late. It was really late. Like, I had just gotten there from the airport, and I was exhausted because my flight was like 7 hours. So, you know, I'm just chilling or whatever, and I'm falling asleep, and I fall asleep. So whatever, me dormí. And I remember clearly, like, and this is me as an adult now, I felt cuando alguien me agarró las patas and pulled my feet from under the covers. It wasn't like a boom. It was just kind of like a tug. And it woke me up out of my sleep, and I'm like, did I just move or did somebody just pull me? And I'm always trying to like not scare myself because I do get scared easily. So I'm like, okay, like it was probably just me moving, whatever. So I go back to sleep, right? Well, I try to go back to sleep. En lo que me estoy durmiendo, I swear, like, I can't even fucking make this up. I'm like falling asleep and I feel someone sitting on me. Like, my chest feels heavy, like, and I wake up and I'm just looking up, like trying to move, and I'm like trying to like move, like get up, like I'm trying to move my arms and my legs, and I'm stuck. I'm trying to scream for my mom, like, so she can come help me. Y nada, like I can't say anything. I can't do shit. Like I'm literally stuck like Chuck. And I was like trying to yell, like in my mind I was yelling and I wasn't saying anything. And then I finally snapped out of it and I was like, what the fuck? And I went to go sleep with my mom and dad in their room. And I didn't tell them why, you know, I just laid there because I always do that. Like even I'm an adult, like I still like to, you know, when I'm with my parents, I like to appreciate them and just to spend as much time as I can because I can't do that all the time with them. Especially because I'm always gone and I'm in the army and, you know. So yeah, so that happens, right? And I'm like, in the morning, I'm like, Ma, ¿qué crees que me pasó? And I tell her that, like, you know, how I felt. And she was like, ay, mija, necesita rezar or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. So, you know, we just pray and we let it go. And I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm not gonna let it affect me. Like, you know, whatever. So, okay, so the days pass by, I leave and whatever. And then I'm laying down and I'm sleeping, but I get woken up again, right? And this time I get woken up because I feel someone's breath right here. And I'm laying by myself, right? And I feel someone's breath saying no. Like they said no. Like that, but I felt like, you know when someone whispers something in your ear, how you feel like the breath, like the hotness? That's how I felt. And I was like, when whatever it was said no, I literally did this. And I look over and I just see like a dark shadow and I'm like freaking out. And I'm just like I'm alone. Like I live alone. And I'm like, what do I do? So obviously that's why I wear my Virgen all the time. And I just grab my Virgen, I close my eyes and I just start thinking it's not real, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. And I just fall asleep again. But like I've always experienced this stuff and it's freaking crazy because like I tell my mom about it and she's always like, what if they're not bad? What if they're like good and stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to ask either. I'm not trying to find out if they're good or bad or what their intentions are. But I always freaking see this man in my dreams. Y no mames, like, hasta da miedo dormirse. Like, yo no puedo ver movies de espantos because I be freaking out. Like, if I watch a scary movie, I have to watch like a Disney movie right after because a homegirl won't go to sleep. Like, I'll be wide awake. So, yeah, I'd be awake the whole night. Si no veo nada, like, you know, to get my mind off of it. So that's why I'm like, I don't do like scary stuff. I don't like that stuff, like the Ouija board y todo eso, cause like I feel like my beliefs, like yo sí creo que eso es de verdad. So this is where we go into lo de mi vecina. So hace 2 días, I'm leaving, right, to take my friend to go get food, and there's somebody at my door and I'm like, hi, what's going on? And she was like, do you know who lives right here? And I'm like, yeah, my neighbor, is an older lady and it's just her and her dog. I never seen anyone else with her. And she's like, well, can you come and verify that she's okay? Because I walked my dog at 7 in the morning and she was taking a nap on the porch and I walked my dog again. Mind you, it's 6 p.m. when we're leaving. I walk my dog again to use the bathroom, and she's in the same position she was this morning. And I'm not sure if she's just napping, and she's like, can you just verify that she's okay? I'm like, yeah. So, you know, I go over there because I've seen her before, and, you know. So I go over there, and look, guys, I've seen scary movies. Like, stuff like that, it doesn't freak me out in movies. It's just kind of like, whatever, you know. I know it's not real. But, like, seriously, guys, cuando les digo esto, like, I wouldn't lie to you guys about this. Like, let me turn off the music to tell you guys this. When I walked to the porch, I've never had something, like, shake me to the core. Like, I've never seen something like that. And she was sitting on her chair in the back porch. And she was like this, like, sit back, and her head was back like this. And her mouth was wide open. Like, you know when you have control, like your jaw is like locked, but like her jaw wasn't locked, so it was like wide open. And she looked lifeless. Like, her skin was green and blue and like purpley. Her feet were swollen, and her dog was like there. And when we walked up, her dog was sitting next to her, and then when we were trying to call her, he started like barking, and like he wouldn't stay still. So we're like, oh my god, I think she's dead. Like, she's not breathing. Like, we need to call 911. So she called 911, and my friend 40 goes gets them because they arrived like quick, because I live down the street from the fire station. And they're like, we need you guys to step back, blah blah blah. So we step back, and they end up, like, you know, taking over, and they start cautioning everything up with the tape. And long story short, she was dead. And I swear to God, that was the longest night of my life. Like, when I had to go back to my apartment to go to sleep, mind you, I live right there next to her. Like, when I was trying to open my door to go to work and stuff, like, I just kept thinking about that, and I was like so shook. Like yo nunca había visto algo así. And I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, like, this happened, blah blah blah, you know. Like, I just can't get my mind off of it. Like, I can't sleep. And she's in Mexico right now with my abuelita. And my grandma was like, mija, come un pedazo de pan, like, you're gonna be fine. It was just a susto, like, la impresión shook you to the core. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, come un pedazo de pan, you're gonna be fine. So I tried to eat, but I just felt too sick. Like, I couldn't. And like, I could not sleep that entire night. Every time I tried to close my eyes, I kept dreaming about her face, the way she looked lifeless. And I don't know, that really just has me a little messed up still. Like, it's been 2 days, and I still haven't slept. I haven't had an appetite. Like, I haven't really been eating as much. And like, usually I'm eating a lot because I go to the gym every single day, and like, I haven't been like eating as much. And I know it's not okay, but like, no me da hambre. Like, I don't know, it's the susto. My grandma said it's gonna take a couple days for it to go away. But yeah, guys, like, that really like scared me and just made me realize how life is, and it's super short, and we should definitely enjoy it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I appreciate all of you for like just listening to me rant about this dumb shit that be happening to me, and that I'm always here for you guys. If you guys want to talk, you can always hit me in my Instagram DMs. I always respond to everybody. Like, I'm not no brand new bitch. I like to talk to everybody. If you have anything you want to talk about, or you want me to bring up in my videos, just let me know. Or comment it. I know my comments have been off, but YouTube said that it's their problem and they're trying to fix it, so it's not my fault. My comments are on, but they just haven't fixed it. So hang in there with me, guys. Pero también que les iba a decir, go ahead and subscribe, like my videos, follow me on Instagram, and like when I'm on live, don't be afraid to say hi. Like, I love talking to you guys. You guys always make my day, especially with all the compliments and all the funny shit you guys be telling me. Pero yeah, just want you guys to, you know, like if you haven't talked to your parents or some, like, you know, all the time, like just reach out and say hello and just make sure they're okay, because like, you know, this lady had a son and he didn't know that her mom was dead, and we were the first ones to find her. So I'm blessed that I was able to, you know, be able to find her, not have a little kid that plays outside by the lake find her dead as hell. And it was me, a grown-up, that I can at least process this susto, you know, instead of a child. What if they were traumatized? So yeah, I'm just grateful that that happened. But I just want you guys to know that life is short, and I want you guys to enjoy it. So go ahead and fucking subscribe, like, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next Saturday with another video. And this time it's not gonna be so dark, it's gonna be like a chisme. So y'all get ready, sister friends.